Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So since it's spooky season, I wanted to do a video where I do my makeup and I also tell you guys some scary stories. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys some of my personal experiences that I've had that are paranormal. I don't know how to explain them, so that's all I can say. They're paranormal. Also, my sister and my dad are also gonna tell you guys some of their stories and what they have experienced.
Y siente uno pues que no se puede uno mover, se siente uno paralizado. 3 veces lo escuché.
There's a black figure watching me.
Wait, that doesn't sound like her. And I remember saying out loud, like, then who the hell is laughing? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys my story first. And while I tell you guys my story, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my makeup. And I'm gonna start with the Huda Beauty Foundation. So when I was in 7th grade, my parents allowed me to go to Mexico for the whole summer. So I was there literally for 3 months. I was there for June, July, and August, and I spent the time there with my grandparents and my 2 aunts that lived there at the time. We were staying at one of my uncle's house. He was living in New York at the time. I believe he was just like working, and we were staying at his house, but his house wasn't like fully complete, but we slept in this in his house. Imagine like an L, so like an L and then like that, so the bottom is like right here, and then in the middle is a porch, so it kind of makes like a rectangular type of house, and then a big yard in the front. There was 2 doors and then 1 door on like right over here, and then in that door you can go in there, and then it had 2 rooms. So in order to get to room 2 you had to go to room 1. So it was like a weird layout. I don't know why he did it like that, but my grandparents slept in the first room. It was a little bit smaller, and in the next room right next to it, me and my aunt slept in there. The only thing that was dividing the room was literally just a curtain, a white curtain that like they didn't have a door yet, so it was just divided by a curtain. I remember there would be nights where I would just randomly wake up in the middle of the night for no reason, and I could just hear like either my aunts talking in their sleep or snoring, or I could hear my grandpa and my grandma in the other room. And then there would be other nights where I would literally just hear the dogs barking, like nothing scary, nothing over the top, and it would happen about every night, but I wouldn't be scared. I would just remember I would just kind of like wake up, hear all these noises, whatever, and then just kind of like go back to sleep. One night, I remember I was sleeping, like I was in my deep sleep, and then I just remember like waking up, but it wasn't like those when you wake up and you're like sleepy and tired and you're just like in and out of sleep. It wasn't that. It was like I woke up and I was fully awake, and I remember just kind of like waking up and then just kind of like hearing like again just the typical night, and it was just like I could hear my grandpa snoring. I knew my aunt that I slept with was right next to me, and then I could also like hear my other aunt on the bed next to us also sleeping. And I just remember like I was just tossing and turning, and then something in me was kind of like stand up. So I obviously I didn't stand up, but I like sat up. So I was like just laying down sleeping, and then I just got up like that. It was like this intense feeling of like I can't go to sleep, get up. That's kind of how it felt. I just remember like staring straight across, and like the door was pretty much like right here, like on the side. The actual way I can describe it is a ghost under the blankets or a ghost under a curtain. I just remember I got up, I saw it, and I'm like, is this, am I really seeing this right now? And I just remember like everything going quiet. Like I could hear nothing. Like maybe I tuned it out when that happened because I was in shock, but I just remember like everything being so quiet. Back in Mexico they have like these metal doors with glass on them, so from the glass there's a light outside that was shining straight into the room, and the way like the angle was, it hit the curtain, so it was hitting the curtain, like a good illumination of the curtain. Like the room wasn't dark, like there was light coming from the outside and it hit the curtain. Pretty much like somebody got under a curtain. Like if I can show you, it was literally just like this. But like it's a white curtain and I couldn't see a shadow underneath. And then after that, I just remember I was so scared that I honestly couldn't believe it. And I felt like it was gonna like jalarme las patas. I remember I just tossed myself back to go to sleep and I covered myself under the blankets, and I remember I was sweating in there and it was so hot, and I'm like, I am not getting up. And like it felt like this intense feeling of like it's gonna get you, it's gonna get you, it's gonna get you. And then I was just like, just go to sleep, go to sleep. Like I literally forced myself to go to sleep. And then the next morning I woke up and I didn't tell anybody. Like I swear I didn't tell any of my aunts, because I felt like if I told them, then it was real. Like I was only 13 at the time, so I was really scared. So if I told somebody like, hey, I like literally saw a ghost, I felt like I would be more scared. So I just decided to ignore it, and that is my motto, to be honest. And then once I got back home and like the trip was over, I don't exactly remember when in time it happened, but I just remember that I didn't tell anybody. And then when I got back to California, that's when I finally told pretty much my cousins and my family. And I would just tell them like that's something that like honestly like really scared me, and I cannot explain it. Like a lot of people say that maybe I was sleeping and I dreamt it, but I 100% know that I did not dream that, because I remember waking up and I remember like being awake. Like I've had dreams where like they feel real, but you know it's a dream, and I know for a fact that was not a dream. Like that was real. Okay, so while I finish doing the rest of my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some other family members who have also had some experiences. So this next one is my dad. He's going to be telling his story where he experienced a like sleep paralysis moment, and then he's also going to be talking about like the urban legend of La Llorona, and he is going to be telling them in Spanish, so that's why I wanted to give you guys a little brief introduction to his story.
Y ahora les voy a contar una historia que me sucedió a mí en la vida real, y eso pues yo no lo creía cuando escuchaba que la gente decía se me subió el muerto. Es como cuando siente uno una sensación de que alguien está arriba de una persona, y siente uno pues que no se puede uno mover, se siente uno paralizado, y es como una parálisis de sueño. Y me sucedió hace como unos 20 años. Recuerdo que yo vivía en un cuarto donde ahí había fallecido un tío, y ese era su cuarto. En esa misma cama él falleció y todo. Y resulta que eran más o menos como las 4:30 de la tarde, y a mí me dio sueño. Yo agarré y me metí al cuarto donde se había muerto mi tío. Apenas tenía como algunos meses que había fallecido. Yo agarré, me subí a la cama y pues me empecé a quedar dormido. ¿Qué fue? Como a los 5 minutos sentí como algo pesado. Primero en la cama sentí como que alguien se sentó. Claritamente sentí cuando alguien se sentaba en la cama, se bajó la cama, y después sentí algo pesado que se me subió al cuerpo. En ese momento yo abrí los ojos, había una ranura y entraba la luz del sol. Por ahí se miraba que entraba el sol, pero yo sentía algo pesado y sentía como un susurro en el oído. Sentía como y se oía claritamente y no me podía mover. Yo quería gritar, quería salir corriendo, pero no podía. Sentía que algo me estaba presionando. Y en ese momento lo que yo pensé, había escuchado y había leído historias de gente que le sucedía eso, y lo que hacían era como decir malas palabras para que se fuera esa persona, ese muerto. Y yo lo que hice fue, me tranquilicé, porque sí estaba desesperado, me sentía como que paralizado, escuchaba lo que estaba pasando afuera, pero no me podía mover. Y me tranquilicé, y me acuerdo claritamente que yo me quedaba viendo a la esquina, miraba la luz, y más o menos como en unos 2 o 3 minutos ya sentí que el cuerpo se me empezó a relajar, ya dejé de escuchar los zumbidos en el oído y y ya me levanté, sentía que se me paraban los pelitos de las manos, se me ponía la piel de gallina y lo que hice fue salirme de ese cuarto y ya no volver a entrar. Y eso fue lo que me ocurrió a mí meses después de que había fallecido un tío en ese cuarto. Y en ese cuarto sucedieron muchas cosas después, que se movían, se caían las cosas, a una persona también que se quedaba a dormir ahí, sentía que en la noche se le subían o le descobijaban. Y ella lo que escuchaba eran como voces en el cuarto que estaba del otro lado, que estaba abandonado, escuchaba que alguien estaba platicando como rezando. Y en ese cuarto pues sucedían muchas cosas de miedo, terroríficas. Y eso me sucedió a mí.
¿Y qué fue lo que dijiste cuando sentías la presión?
Cuando sentí la presión, mucha gente decía, no, cuando sientes que alguien se te sube encima, empieza a rayarle su madre, a decirles maldiciones al muerto o a la persona que se está subiendo, o preguntarle qué es lo que quiere para, pues, si necesita que le hagan una misa, o hay veces que escondieron un tesoro o escondieron dinero y no saben, no se pueden, digamos, no pueden descansar porque dejaron un pendiente, ya sea dejaron dinero escondido o necesitan que les digan una misa o que lo sigan recordando. Entonces yo lo que hice fue pues preguntarle qué era lo que quería, qué necesitaba. No tuve respuesta y lo que hice fue mejor tranquilizarme y se me pasó el efecto. Después ya empecé a mover, tuve movilidad en los músculos, empecé a respirar tranquilo y pues eso fue lo que me sucedió a mí. Otra de las historias y leyendas de México que tienen es el de la Llorona. Yo no creía en esas historias porque a mí nunca me habían sucedido. Y resulta que hace muchos años yo me quedaba en México, en un pueblo que le llaman Las Ánimas, hasta el nombre lo tiene de miedo. Me quedaba en una casa que más o menos como a unos 100 pies pasaba un arroyo. Y ese arroyo siempre llevaba agua. Y yo me desperté, ese día me desperté como a las 3 de la mañana. Estaba bien, todo bien oscuro, no se escuchaba ruido ni nada. Y pues ya me estaba quedando a dormir otra vez cuando sentí como un grito. Se escuchaba el sonido, como un sonido medio agudo y grave. Se escuchaba, ¡ah! No decía, ¡ay, mis hijos! Ni nada. Lo que yo escuché nomás decía, ¡ah! Y se oía que de un lado pasaba hasta el otro lado. Y yo sentí que se fue y volvió a regresar. Como que se fue y volvió a regresar. ¡Ay! Y otra vez. ¡Ay! Fueron 3 veces las que yo lo escuché. Y pues yo sentí miedo, ¿verdad? Sentí que se me pararon los pelitos y todo. Y ya no pude dormir. Y después le platiqué a las personas que si no lo habían escuchado. Nadie lo escuchó. Nadie escuchó ese ruido, nomás yo lo escuché. Pero lo extraño también era que no se escuchaban ni ruidos de perro, ladridos de perro, no se escuchaba nada afuera. Y eso es algo extraño porque los perros, cuando ven algún animal que se está acercando o ven algo raro, ellos empiezan a ladrar. Y no solamente ladra el que tienes en la casa, sino que ladran todos los del pueblo. Y esa vez no se escuchaban los ladridos de los perros, nomás escuché yo ese grito, parecía como un alarido de, no sé, se oía como con eco, y a lo lejos, 1, 2 y 3. En otras veces lo habían escuchado y resulta que cuando la Llorona o la persona que hace ese grito, cuando grita 3 veces, es que alguien se va a morir en el rancho o alguien va a fallecer. Y era más o menos como en el tiempo de diciembre, cuando fuimos de visita al rancho. Y yo me acuerdo que en ese año, siempre que íbamos, una persona fallecía en diciembre. A lo mejor se cumplía la leyenda o era pura casualidad, pero era lo que decía la gente, que cuando se escuchaba ese alarido 3 veces es porque alguien iba a fallecer ahí cercano. Yo lo escuché y la verdad que sí me dio bastante miedo. Esa es mi historia. Es lo que dicen pues, pero yo ese día sí tuve miedo y Clarita me acerqué más a ti. Se me hace que te desperté, te dije, Lorena, ¿no escuchaste? Y así se quedó. Y luego otra vez. Para arriba. Y luego se volvió a escuchar otra vez. Y ya, se apagó.
3 veces lo viste.
3 veces lo escuché. Y esa vez se murió alguien. No me acuerdo quién se murió, pero se murió alguien.
Cuando mi abuelita se murió, sí me acuerdo yo haber escuchado eso, pero no la llorona, sino nomás escuchaba todos los perros.
Sí.
Bien feo, lloran bien feo.
Sí, gritan muy feo.
My little sister is gonna go ahead and tell you guys her experience. And her stories are actually here in this house. And then my last story is also gonna be in this house. So let's get to her story. In the meantime, while she tells her story, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish my face. And then we'll be right back.
I'm going to be talking about my own personal paranormal experience that happened in this house, I think a year ago. I go in the bathroom, do the bathroom stuff, and my parents' room is like, here's the bathroom, and then there's like a walkway where there's like big mirrors, the sink. So I'm washing my hands, and there's 2 mirrors, front and back, so I can see behind me and in front of me. So when I'm washing my hands, I look up and I see behind me is a black figure watching me. And I'm not very like concerned. I'm like, okay, it's my dad. He's probably like wondering where I was. It just took like one look down just to like think, to be like, oh shoot, my dad's, not here. There's just too many experiences where I see shadows all the time when no one's home. But they rarely touch me. So I was actually sitting right where the camera is right now. I was sitting right there, maybe watching TikToks or something. And like I feel something like tug me. And like you would think like a little tug or something like that. No, it felt like they grabbed it and then just yanked. Not hard, but enough to like feel my scalp, So I turn around and obviously no one's there. This exact experience has happened 15 times.
15 times somebody has pulled your hair?
15 times.
You felt somebody pull your hair 15 times?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my sister's story. I hope you guys enjoyed her little reenactment. She really wanted to do that herself. My last story also happened here. And this one actually happened in this exact room. So me and my sister, we share a room. And I remember that it wasn't even that late. It was probably like 10:30, maybe 11. I remember I started like joking with her, but like she was already like falling asleep. So I just remember like telling her a joke or like making fun of her. I don't remember exactly what it was. And I heard, I started laughing, and then I heard her laughing. But when I heard her, I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound like her. So then I asked her, I was like, hey, did you laugh at my joke? And I didn't know this, but she was actually falling asleep. So she just, I could hear it in her voice. She's just like, no. And then I was just like, okay, weird. So I kind of ignored it. And I'm like, and I remember saying out loud, like, then who the hell is laughing? But I just thought it was her. And then like maybe she was faking that she was falling asleep. So then the next day, when she came back from school, I literally asked her, I was like, hey, remember last night when I was like joking around and I asked you like if you were laughing and you told me no? I was like, were you lying or did that really happen? And then she said, no. She just looked at me like I was making shit up or something. Like she just looked at me like I was weird. And I pretty much asked her, I was like, wait, are you serious? Like, are you making this up or is it like, you're joking, right? That's pretty much all I could think of. And she just looked at me like, no, it wasn't me. I didn't laugh. And then I just stopped and I got really scared because I'm like, that is so weird, because I swear to God I heard you laugh, but I knew it wasn't you. Like, I heard a girl laugh, but I knew it wasn't her. But I'm like, well, then who else could it be? Like, it wasn't the TV. I told my mom, and she just told me, like, I need a cleansing or whatever. But that was weird. That was weird. I don't know. Maybe it was on the TV and I didn't even, like, notice. I don't know. But that was pretty weird, pretty spooky. Yeah, I don't know how to describe that one for sure. So, yeah. So that was it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, go ahead and like and subscribe. Also, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below any of your guys' scary stories. I would love to hear about it.